I'm gonna tell you a story time of how I found out my ex had a whole family that lived down the street from me.
I never understood how certain people can accidentally be in a relationship with someone who's already married. Like, I really don't even understand how that accidentally happens, bro. I need a play-by-play on this. So y'all gonna go ahead and get drugged along with me. Let's get into it.
I'm gonna tell you a story time of how I found out my ex had a whole family that lived down the street from me. So it was the summer of 2019. I just ended a relationship, an emotional, abusive relationship of 4.5 years. Oh my God, I was devastated, like completely devastated. That was the worst thing that had happened to me in that time. So I was in therapy, doing all the things. Me and my bed, we had a very tight relationship. The relationship was too good. So one day my therapist wanted me to go out. At the time, it was a friend's birthday, and we were going to this little happy hour spot.
So far, so good, by the way. Getting healing first before entering another situationship or relationship is always preferred. So we on the right track
Called
so
Kim's
far.
Place. It was popping on Wednesdays in Jacksonville. It was like from 5:30 to 10. So I go out and I meet several guys that night, and I met this one guy in particularly. Let's call him Mr. Banks. So me and Mr. Banks, we hit it off. It was actually supposed to be a one night stand, but I got so scared. I at the last minute I couldn't do it. Like it sounded good, but when it was time to like, all right.
Sound like a real nigga to me. That's what you want to do. Them one night stands can be dangerous, especially for girls. So always use caution before you do that as a girl. Even guys type shit, but definitely girls that one night stand stuff, you want to be cautious like her. That's actually a
Let's
good
go.
thing.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So the next day he hit me up and we went out on a lunch date, hit it off, had a great time, great conversation. So from then we continued to date, or we started our dating journey. Okay, cool. During this time in my life, I did not want to be a girlfriend. 'Cause keep in mind, I'm just ending an emotional abusive relationship for 4.5 years. And even when I was in that relationship, like I knew it was coming to an end, and I was telling myself, I don't want to be a girlfriend no more. I want to date and marry. So okay, me and Mr. Banks kicking it, like we kicking it hard. I was dating several guys at the time. Oh my God, I had such an elaborate dating life, and it was amazing. It was so much.
I like how she philosophically put that together, like you wouldn't just test in the streets. Like we all do it, I guess, but it's just the way that she put that and try to masquerade it like it was professional. Just so you ran it up. It's all right. You was
Fun.
rebounding.
For like 2.5, 3 months, I was tired. Every other day of the week, I'm doing something with someone. So eventually, Mr. Banks kind of like caught on to that, and he started to occupy all of my time. And that was cool because I liked him. So one day we're in the car, and we're in the car. He's on the phone, and I hear him say, "Yeah, I'm with my girl." So inside, I died. I was like, "Fuck, here we go again," because that was like a pattern. I'll be.
Guys, we gotta stop doing that. We know what you're doing when you do that. When you say that's my girl, you trying to, apply that psychological pressure. Like I'm messing with you like that. Like if she don't give you that green light, we don't want to hear that. Like this my friend, etc. Y'all gotta cut that out, man. Just cause she give you a bone, don't mean that you can claim her, my nigga. That's not how it
With a
works.
man. We've on a couple of dates, spend a lot of time together, and the next thing you know, I'm in this long relationship that I didn't even know if I wanted or not. So okay, whatever. So we in this relationship, and everything's going good. We're literally together every single day. Weekends we're kind of touch and go, but we're together every single day. We're out and about in public every day, right? I'm at his house, he's at my house. So a year go by, this is 2020. He helped me accomplish a major goal. And the day I accomplished that goal, we got into it bad, and it was outside of the norm. So the Holy Spirit.
Do this nigga family live in Alaska? How in the world is it that y'all are hanging out every day when a man got a family? Just a girlfriend alone is demanding enough to where if there's times and lapses in time, she's definitely gonna notice that and call you out, let alone having a whole nother girlfriend. So I'm trying to figure out his family in Cambodia or something. How?
Spirit told me to look him up again because I looked him up before. Nothing came up. Holy Spirit said, look him up again. I looked him up. he had an entire family who lived down the street from me. All right, so like I said, when I first met him, I looked him up because of the type of career he had. It scared the shit out of me. So when I looked him up, nothing popped up. So I was like, okay, cool, we're good to go. But I was still like, no on a one night.
What job could have possibly scared him? Like the way she talking, like he making it seem like bro was an Arabian torture specialist or some shit like that. What was his job? What could have frightened you out of any job on the menu? This has nothing to do with it. I'm just curious.
Because that's not me. I'm not about that life. Like, what you gonna do when I get to your house? I'm scared. So when we got into it, don't get me wrong, we had arguments, right? But at that time, our communication was so on point. We would do things or say things to each other that we didn't like, and we would discuss it, move on from it. It was up until that point, that was like one of the healthiest relationships I've ever participated in. So when I accomplished this goal and me and him got into it that day, it threw me off so much because that wasn't our norm. So I'm like, that just didn't feel good. And it was like little things that like that week did not feel good. So
it always hit like a ton of bricks when that honeymoon phase wear off, I tell you. It's like everything seemed like a fairy tale until one moment that honeymoon phase wear off, and it seemed like it never come back in some cases.
Holy Spirit said, look him up. So, okay, I go and look him up, Duval Clerk of Court, and his child support papers came back. Now, let me take you back. When I first met him, he told me he had one child. I was like, okay, cool. He told me the baby was 2 years old. Him and the mother, they're no longer together. Okay, cool. So remember I told you we're together every single day. So I met him in August. By December, I had to sit down with him. And I was like, hey, listen, you know, you and this baby is really concerning me because I'm with you all day, every day. No one ever calls you at daycare about this baby. Don't babies get sick in daycare? I mean, I don't have kids, but don't you have to pick him up sometimes? They got a fever or something?
There we go, baby. We're going to go ahead and start using that medulla oblongata because I was thinking the same thing. Where they at? You feel what I'm saying? If you got a family across the street, how are they not finding you, causing a scene? I'm really interested.
I never seen a car seat at his house. There's no signs of any babies. So I was like, did you tell me you had a child to like protect yourself in the sense of you don't know if I'm going to be clingy or not? Did you lie? Because right now it's giving you do not have a child, and that's starting to concern me. So he was like, no, I do have a kid. I'm just super protective. I don't want to bring my child around everyone. I said, listen, I'm not trying to get an introduction to your child. I just want to make sure a child exists. And I was like, well, I'm going to tell you like this. If I discover you are a deadbeat father, I'm out. That is a non-negotiable for me.
You just discovered it. You just did the math. That if he really do got a baby and he been with you all day and ain't got no phone calls from no daycare, that tell you everything you need to know.
We left it at that. Okay, cool. So fast forward to 2020. This is like that's like September 2020. And I looked them up and I see child support. So I was like, okay. You know, things could change, to see child support. Bitch. The child support was for an 8-year-old who lived in another city. You told me your baby was 2 years old. Your baby was...
These YNs, bro, this nigga shaved 6 years off his own child. Like, what? It's not like it makes you better, boss. I say, I got an 8-year-old kid and I got a 2-3-year-old kid. It ain't gonna make you look no better. Either way, you got a baby mama, man. I mean, that's shiesty. Why lie about your baby? Hey, I can't trust no grown man doing that. I cannot.
It was local. Because in December, when I had that conversation, I had a list of questions about this child. Like, is the child local? Do you still communicate with the mother? Does the child have any disabilities? Like, I was, like, trying to figure out, why don't I hear anything about your child? So from what you told me, there was a 2-year-old who is local, that is your child. According to clerk of court, this is an 8-year-old whose mother is out the city looking for child support. What the fuck going on? So I'm digging. I'm reading. I'm reading the statements. I'm reading everything. Like, I even went as far as to requesting documents. So with our clerk of court system, you have the public view, but when you log in...
Whoa, he must have been, bro. He must have been ravaging your guts. Why are you doing this thorough investigation? I feel like you kind of making a mistake a little bit because the minute you discover someone you're being intimate with is lying to you and you're taking serious, just take that red flag and keep it pushing. If they mess with you, they wouldn't lie to you. It's that simple. You don't have to be Batman about this and cross references biological data. Just leave it alone. He lied to you. It's that simple.
You have access to a little more, but then you also have to request certain documents, so you have even more access. So I created a fake email, a fake password, and logged in with that, and then I requested those documents. I had to wait about a couple of days to get them. So I am reading everything. I'm on phone with my best friend and I'm reading everything. And as I'm reading everything, my heart is breaking because there was one incident in particularly. It was homecoming, and he went to homecoming. I did not go. And so it was a Sunday that I remember vividly. I called and I was like, I miss you so much. I'm ready for you to come home. So he told me, well, we getting ready to go have brunch. And I was like, man, you've been with your friends all weekend. I want you to come home. So he was like, well, let me see. Let me call you right back. He called me back and he was like, I'm on my way. According to the court documents, brunch was supposed to be with his child. Why would I didn't know, right? I would never tell you to not go to brunch with your child and come home to me. But I did not know. But that was just so heartbreaking.
It's gonna keep snowballing after this, baby. You getting your red flags, and this the problem when we just want to ignore the red flags and get some type of confirmation, man. When you see them red flags, I'm gonna tell you from experience, just go ahead and get up out of there. Don't even question it. Don't try to conduct no cross investigations, man. Just keep it pushing, because the longer you keep going, the more it's gonna snowball. It's not fun.
Okay,
I've been there.
In the court documents, I keep seeing this address that does not belong to him, not the house that I've been at. I'm like, what address is this? And then, so I Googled the address. So when I Googled the address, a name popped up. Now, this particular name was a unisex name. And funny enough, I remember seeing that name because he was signed on to his Amazon Prime on my TV. And that was one of the profiles, but it's a unisex name. So I just thought that was a homeboy. You know how we share passwords and stuff. I Facebooked the name. And when I Facebooked the name,
Honestly, I'm not blaming her. She's completely in the right for being upset, but I just feel like she's going too far on this investigation, man. What's next, man? What, you gonna take one of his testicle hairs and put it in a cross data laboratory? Like, come on, bro. We get it. We get it at this point. I hope that the continuation of this video, we get to the solution or what you're gonna do. You just gonna find stuff you already done seen coming. Come on now, baby.
it was a woman. Then I'm going through the girl profile and I see that she got a 2-year-old child. So I'm like, do you have what baby? Like, what's happening right now? So I wrote the girl, but not like that. No, so I'm like, bitch, shut up. Not like that. I was like, hey, my name is Jasmine. I am in a relationship with Mr. Banks. Are you and Mr. Banks together? Is that your child?
Nigga must have been hitting you with that tombstone pile driver in them, girl. You doing too much. God, what's next? You finna go up to his mama and talk about her? Like I get it, bro, but you doing way too much. Anybody, guy or girl, please don't conduct yourself like this after seeing red flags, please.
Child, do y'all share that child on your profile together? So she wrote me back and she was like, well, hey, Jasmine, or should I call you number 3? Yes. So we had a conversation and she just ran everything down to me. And now keep in mind, I'm with this man every day. We're traveling together. We're in public. I had no clue. Also keep in mind, because we were together so much, and remember in the beginning of the story, I didn't want to be a girlfriend. So I didn't want to spend the night with you. I didn't want to meet your parents. I didn't want an exclusive relationship, but I did like you. So
that's not adding up. You wanted it. You wouldn't have met his family. You wouldn't have done all that. Your actions are literally contradicting your words. You know what I'm saying? Because in an adult world, we go off of actions. Them actions said you wanted him. You met his family. You cuffed him up. Don't try to switch it up now that you found out that he had a whole family. And honestly, he gave you so many red flags. I just believe you refused to believe it until you found concrete proof. Let this be a lesson. Red flags got to
So
be
it was a little
assessed.
easy for him to, I wasn't the typical girlfriend, so to speak. It was like, okay, you're going. Like, it would be times he'll call. I'm like, hey, I'm reading the book. I'm going to call you back. So that was my vibe. And honestly, I wouldn't change that. I don't want to beat on nobody ass anyway. But yeah, so I'm going to come back. Hold on. So this woman is like giving me the whole rundown. I'm like, well, girl, where were you when we went here? Where were you during this time? And she was just like, honestly, I don't know. I just had this baby and I'm just, going through it. This is my second kid. No, don't make me lie. That was her first child. And yeah, and I'm just like, okay, but we be at this house and whatever. She was like, yeah, I know he still got that house and whatever, but we in this apartment, da, da, da. And I was just like, my mom, I was so mad, y'all. I was pissed. So, okay, hang up on you, done with you. So,
Ooh, we done came all the way through this video for this moment. When she come to this solution, bruh, I promise if it's not what I'm trying to hear and if she keep doing investigations, I'm gonna go ahead and eradicate my damn computer. I'm sick of this.
I called his parents because Mr. Banks, he overly cared how people saw him. Like on paper, check, 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 check.
You called his parents. Are you the principal? I'm not even trying to keep pausing, but at this point, you're literally this close from me cutting this video early. You got the confirmation. You saw the proof. The girl told you. Now you got to take it a step further and talk to his parents like this, a parent-teacher conference. As a grown-ass damn woman, I'm not blaming you, but you're going too far. Too far.
Like he values the public perception of him. I called his parents. And mind you, I never met his parents. I met his dad like once, right? But I never met his parents like for real. And so they don't know who I am. I Googled them too. Found their number. I'll say, excuse me, Mr. Banks' mom and dad. I am Jasmine. And this what's been going on for the past year and a half. Me and his parents had a good conversation. First,
imagine calling a grown-ass man parents thinking you're doing something. She's shaking her head like, ooh, I told them. That's a grown-ass man, dog. Ain't nothing finna happen to bro unless you gonna lay him down, which you're not.
his mama was like, I can't
Childish.
believe what's going on, blah, blah. That poor girl over there, blah, blah, blah. Call his daddy. Yes, ma'am. Here's his father's number. Yes, ma'am. Called the daddy. We talked. Oh, yeah, he was pissed at me. And so, I called his mentor. Mind, these people don't know me. These people do not know me at all. And I said he was so...
Hey, if he a religious dude, what you gonna do? Go have a conference with his God next? What could possibly be the escalation, bro? You taking it far? You finna go talk to Zeus? Chill.
Mad. He was so mad because he values, people's perception of him. Don't care. So then, like, he would tell me stories about this ex-girlfriend. And so called her too, found a number, called her, and she really brought everything together as far as like, his upbringing, all these things and whatever that I didn't know and whatever. So she was like, girl, run, don't look back, run. I was like, damn. So then the girl who filed the child support on the 8-year-old that was out of town called her. Me, I was on the phone. Oh, baby, we was on the phone for some hours. Like, and I was just like, what the hell? I could not believe any.
Bro gotta be dropping premium glizzy. Like, no Diddy, bro. He got to be dropping premium glizzy for her to be doing all of this. He must have been looking in your eye and promising you the world. I'm not understanding. You got all the confirmation you need, and I'm thinking you're going to stop it and talk about your healing process since then, but you keep bringing up more people to confirm what you already goddamn knew.
Of this. So, yeah, so that's my story. And then, yes. When I found out, I was out. That was it. I was done. Baby, I ain't want this relationship anyway. Don't get me wrong. It was, like, devastating and whatever, but that's the fastest thing I've ever gotten over in my life because it was like, whatever, I'm good.
But yet you're still making this video. You got over it quickly, but made a 4-part video describing this whole situation. It clearly bothered you, baby. The key to healing is being honest. You can't lie to yourself. You know you better than anyone.
Like, I ain't want this situation anyway. So I said all that to say, look these niggas up. Look them up. Oh, but let me bring it all together for you, right? So clearly you see my page and I talk about sexual health and pleasure, right? So remember I told you I was in an emotionally abusive relationship. Now, to give you a time, I'm in my 20s, my mid 20s, and STI testing, HIV testing wasn't of significance. I did it for myself, right? But requiring a partner to, no. But when I was in that relationship, the abusive one, which I'll do a story time on that one of these days, when I found out when me and him broke up, like, it was beyond cheating. Like he had some bitches, okay? So bad to the point where I got it to his Instagram and he inboxing randoms. That changed my life forever, because I was like, damn, you could have bought me anything. So boom, now I'm in this relationship with Mr. Banks. I'm standing on business. You cannot touch me without a condom. You got to get tested. So I remember early in our relationship with me and Mr. Banks, we started but we use a rubber. And I was like, hey, I need you to go get tested. And he was like, well, because I work for, this is my profession, I get tested. I don't give a damn. I don't see those test results. I need to see them for myself. We go by no test results.
Wait a minute, what you mean that's his profession? Are you sitting there telling me that this dude is a sex worker? Because what other job would you need to get tested sexually for, bro? If I find out he was a sex worker, this whole video is essentially void. Why would you be sitting here making a video complaining about a guy that's doing stuff like this when that's his line of work? That better not be the case. It better not be.
Week and a half, I said, hey, I asked you for these test results like 2 weeks ago and I haven't received them. I'm starting to become concerned. So you're not touching me until I see your test results. The next day, he went and got tested and he sent me the test results. Okay, cool. So the whole relationship, we always use a rubber. We always use rubber. Maybe twice we did not, right? And that would be an issue in our relationship. Like, he did not like that I stuck to using rubbers. Fast forward later, you got a whole woman you laid up with, that you lay up with every night. You damn right. When I tell you, that was the most satisfying.
She's salty as hell. We're going to go ahead and line. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up because there ain't nothing more she's going to add to this. She's still rehashing it, and she likes to claim that she didn't want to be in a relationship and that she didn't care. But my goodness, you're still going on when you should have been wrapped this up 3 parts ago, okay? You saw the red flags. It didn't work out. You chose to go anyway, and you conducted an investigation to give you a better peace of mind. Got that, and you still going? I don't know what to tell you. It's not your fault, but next time you see red flags, you got to go ahead and let that go. You feel what I'm saying? Now, that is going to be the end of the video today, guys. It took me everything to finish it. I almost cut it halfway because I started to see like this wasn't going anywhere. But for Reaper Gang, I had to finish it out because you know I love y'all. And you know I cut that shit short. So if you like that, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. That'd be great. It's been your boy, the Big Reaper.